Hi, fourth graders. Today, everybody's been talking in class about they can't wait till they get to division. So here we are with 3 ways to show division. Okay, so here are our objectives, which remember you can use as your 3 takeaways. Okay, so make sure you have a pencil and you're ready to go. So when we read and write division problems, we're going to talk about how that looks. Identify the quotient, the dividend, and the divisor, and use words to show how a division problem is read. Okay, so here is your vocabulary for tonight. The first is dividend, which is a number that is divided. Okay, and division is an operation that separates a number into a given number of equal parts. And the divisor is a number by which another number is divided. And the quotient is the result of division. It's your answer. Okay, so you might have to pause this to write them all down. And I can see I have a spelling mistake. So if you find it, write it on the back. We'll give you an extra point. Okay, so here's our new concept. We use different ways to show division. And here are the 3 ways. We show 12 divided by 4. So you can see it all means the same thing. Okay, in the first one, you will see that we used the division sign for 12 divided by 4. And the next one, it looks like a fraction, right, with 12 over 4, which means you would put 4 into 12, which would give you the answer of 3. And the other is using a box, okay, and you put what you want to divide, and the answer, of course, will be a quotient that will go on top. So here we go. We're going to go to our lesson practice. Okay, here we go. Pretty smooth, that one. Okay, so here's our first example. Use words to show how each division problem is read. Okay, so you're going to find all 3 division symbols. We say divided by. Okay, and then you are going to write them down. Right? So if we see for all the 3 division symbols, we say divided by. The division in A is left to right, so it would be 12 divided by 6. Okay, and look at B. All right, the one that looks kind of like a fraction. It says the division B is read from top to bottom. So it would be 12 divided by 6. And C is written in the division box, which is what we normally see. And we read that number inside the box first. So it's 12, because that's inside the box, divided by 6. Okay, so we know, you can see all of them, all problems, even though they're all written differently, all mean 12 divided by 6. Okay, and in example 2, you're going to write this division problem in 2 other forms. So you can always go back to example 1 to see the 2 types of division problems that you need to write. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So so example 3 is 15 divided by 5. So you show that with a division bar. We can write it. That means 5 times what the number is, which is 15. So it'd be 5 into 15 goes 3 times. Okay, so that would be your answer. Okay, and in the last example, in the following equation, which number is the divisor? And which number is the dividend? And which number is the quotient? Okay, so think about it for a second. So let's think about the dividend. What is the dividend? Okay, the dividend is 56, and it's divided by the divisor, which is 7. And then your answer, which is called the quotient, is 8. Okay, so here's your lesson practice for tonight. Okay, so on A, you're going to show 10 divided by 2 in 3 different forms. So you can go back to the beginning where we showed you. But you remember, now when you say it out loud to yourself, 10 divided by 2. Okay, which means you're going to put 2 into the 10. Okay, B, you're going to use 3 different division forms to show 24 divided by 6. Okay, so you can write these down to show us your work. All right, we just don't want you writing answers. And use words to show how each division problem is read. Now see where it says use words. You need to write how would you say this so you would know how to solve that problem. All right, and then on F, G, and H, you're going to rewrite each division problem with a division box. Go back and when I showed you the division box, okay, and you're going to write each one of those as that type of problem. And of course, you should be able to solve it because it's basically your multiplication, right? And then the last one is identify the quotient, the dividend, and the divisor in this equation. So you're going to write quotient, and you're going to write what number is the quotient. You're going to write dividend and put what is the dividend and the divisor. You're going to write what that number is so we know you understand. Okay, so you'll be ready to come to class tomorrow. Don't forget, you can put any of your questions on the back of the sheet, and when we break into groups, we'll be able to go over any of the questions you have. All right, so have a great evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.